right, guys, so what was it like working for Disney? And there you go, there you have it. Here we are at Animal Kingdom, and yes, I did work for Disney at one point, and I'm going to tell you all about it today. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions, maybe in the comments, but I'm going to just answer a couple of them along the way. And on this beautiful day, let's do it. All right, so basically what I did is I did Fast Pass Plus when it was first introduced to the parks, where we were setting up Fast Passes on our Magic Bands. Oh, look at this, peace and quiet. All right, I just wanted to find a nice secluded area because it's very difficult for me to walk and talk at the same time. The park is extremely busy today. It is a Saturday. I did want to walk through the park and just explain to you how my Disney experience was working for Disney for a short amount of time. It's probably one of the shortest jobs I've ever had, but I wanted to try it out. I wanted to see if I could stick with it, and I will go over a couple things for you guys, the reason why I eventually left Disney. And the main reason I came here is because, of course, who doesn't want to work for Disney? And everybody that we know that actually works for the organization, you know, some people 30, 40 years. And you got to be somewhat happy. I was, you know, to be able to keep a smile on your face for 30, 40 years, going through the loads of people that they do every year, has got to say something for the company, right? So I wanted to try it out, and I went through the hiring process. And one of the highlights of the hiring process was when you finally went to Disney University and were able to sit in the classroom. And I could go over some of that in detail, you know, as far as dress code and stuff like that, but I'm not going to go over all that in this video. I will say that when like halfway through the course, you're able to go through the utilidors, and for people that don't know what that is the underground tunnel system at the Magic Kingdom. And that was a treat for me to be able to go underneath there and see all that stuff. And they make it very interesting and very fun. Just the hiring process is unlike anything anybody has ever done, and I had a great time, let me tell you, through the whole process from the beginning to the end. Getting to the park that I picked, the reason why I did pick Animal Kingdom, I do like the park, and I also like the fact that it closed earlier than any other park. And because I had quite a few hours to drive to get to work, it was important to me to get out of here at a decent time so I can get home without, you know, worrying about causing an accident. Anyway, let me just tell you about the park experience. Right out of the gate, the first day, when I was going through training, the training was, geez, what would you call it? I mean, they're pretty thorough in their training. But as far as the day, they were basically walking me around the park. There was only 2 of us to 1 trainer, so they don't overflow everybody. So they're very, very efficient here. And I was just impressed with the whole situation. But when we finally got to walk around the park and get, you know, familiar with the areas, it was easy for me because I've pretty much been here a lot of times since it opened, and I pretty much knew exactly where I was going, except for behind the walls that you don't get to see, which is basically backstage for the Disney cast member. That's what they call it, backstage. And that's a different world back there also. But let's see, during the first day here, we were walking around, getting familiar with the park, and also I went right into the bird show, Flights of Wonder over there, and watched the whole show. This is basically what I was doing the first day. And, you know, I didn't know how to explain that to Jolly, because it's like, who does that at work? You know what I mean? You literally have a blast come to work. And I was always taught that if it's fun and you enjoy it, it's not necessarily work. And that statement is definitely true. I wasn't expecting to be paid a lot of money to start here in an semi-entry level job, but it really wasn't about the money for me at the time. Everybody needs money, pay bills and stuff like that. But for me, it really wasn't about the money at the time. I just wanted to see if I can maybe even move up the ranks with Disney, because so many people have done it and had a blast doing it. So I guess with that being said, it didn't take me as far as I wanted it to, only because, let me just get to the reason why I left Disney, since it's such a wonderful place to work. Oh, and before I get to that, management. I got to tell you, I'm not sure what it's like in other parks. I'm sure they have their ups and downs, but the management that I dealt with here had to be the best I have ever worked with ever in my life. And just super nice people. When I was putting in my 2 weeks notice for the park, and I'll show you around here while I'm talking, believe it or not, they tried everything to get me to stay. Do I want to change my hours? Do I want to go to because I was only part-time, do I want to go part-time to seasonal? It was just unreal, the hospitality they had. It makes you feel like you're a wanted person to be. It's not like most companies out there nowadays that could care less if you stay, go. We're in the right to work state down here in Florida, so they're really not. Most companies are really not as generous as this company is, and it was more. The problem was the distance. I was literally, this is no joke, I was literally spending money to come here to work. When it come down to gas and everything else, it took me roughly 2 hours to get here every day. Well, not every day. I worked like 3 days a week, and it was draining. I mean, to be able to drive that. Now we come up here on a day, sometimes for a day, and then drive back home. So I figured that that's not the big deal, but it was more that I was losing money to come up here, and it just wasn't. I mean, compared to what you get paid here to start, it wasn't beneficial for me to stay. Did I want to leave? No. If I was making really good money to be here, I would definitely stay here. No doubt about it. I would do that drive. The drive didn't bother me too much, but it was just the fact that it didn't make cost-effective sense to be here. I had other things going on at the time that I make my living doing, and this didn't make sense to stay. So it was, with the time conflict between what I was doing and this, it was very, very difficult. But I did stretch it out for as long as I could possibly stretch it out for, because I loved it so much. The management staff I've never seen a company in my life that want to know your thoughts on everything. When I was at FastPass Plus, when they tried to move us around for FastPass Plus, they tried to make it as efficient as possible for you, the guest, to have a better experience and not wait in the certain lines or the area that you were waiting in. So they're constantly changing and constantly looking to see what they can do to improve what they do. Okay, so anyway, anytime they moved us around, they would go ahead and say, ask us how the day went. What were the guests saying? Were they happy about the location? Was it more frustrating for them, or whatever? They always wanted our input to improve, because we are the people out there dealing with the guests more, to where we know what their thoughts are. I just thought the whole situation was very, very efficient the way they were doing it. Of course, there's always room for improvement everywhere you go, but with this company here, it was just impressive for me to go through everything and see how they operate. So it was very sad for me to leave, but I got to know this one manager here that was really, really nice, and she emailed me a couple times and basically said that anytime that I was ready to come back, or you know, or anything like that, that I'm more than welcome to go ahead and just come back to Disney World. As far as also the discounts, they give you pretty good discounts for being a cast member here. They also give you a certain amount of passes for your family or friends to come in here and enjoy the park also. I have unlimited to come in, but my annual passes were still in effect when I worked here, so I really didn't get it to take advantage of that. And also we were looking into Disney Cruises, which stay tuned for that, guys, because hopefully that is coming soon. That may be a thing coming soon, so keep an eye out on our videos. But with what was I gonna say? Oh, they give you crazy discounts like on things like Disney Cruises and stuff like that. So it kind of sucks that I didn't stay long enough to actually take advantage of that. Like I said, I wanted to walk around the park and do this, but it's just too busy to do it. I'm sure I'm gonna get questions from you guys about this whole experience. I will tell you that it was nothing but positive experience to work here. And also some of the people in the class at Disney University, they basically were in the college program at one time, and after they got out of college, they came back and reapplied to come back to work for Disney. So that goes to show you the impression that they leave with you when you start working here at Disney. So my experience was good. I don't know about other people's experience, but like I said before, when you're talking to people and they got 30, 40 years here, and the manager that I was talking to, she was all over. I mean, she went out of the country working for Disney, and opportunity for her, you know, to be able to do that. And somebody I respected very highly here. You know, the job that I'm in now, I'm pretty much a self-employed person, okay? And I've been doing this for a long time, but before that, I actually had 10 years in the business, and then before that, I had 6 years in the business. So I don't job hop. I normally stay at a certain area because that's what I want to do at the time, and I just use it to gain knowledge and hopefully improve myself, you know, with and maybe step up in the company that I'm in at the time. All right, another reason why I like working here at Animal Kingdom, and that is the animals that you get to see. When I first came into the park in the mornings, it's just a different experience when you come in here and there's no one here. There's no guests or anything, and the animals are pretty much up and running. I used to like personally watching the kangaroos in the morning for a little bit before the park even opened, and that was a treat also. Like I said, I was with FastPass Plus, and they did some hands-on work. Like they would switch me out with somebody else so I could train a little bit, and then they would give me a break, and then switch out and train a little bit and then give you a break. They didn't overwhelm you is what I'm saying. They didn't just stick you in there and then you had to learn everything. But I thought it was pretty cool. So I was hoping to make this into maybe a little bit better video of me walking around. But I just had to find a nice secluded spot in this park, and if you're looking for that, guys, it is right across from Everest, is over there, and you can see this park is kind of busy today, and there's really nobody back here. This is back behind the barbecue place. I forget what you call it. I should know that, right? But it's right by right behind the barbecue place. As you're going to Dino Land, right there on the left, they got a whole bunch of seating back here, and normally it's very quiet, peaceful back here. So anyway, guys, I'm going to cut this video now, and I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed it. I'm hoping that you guys enjoyed the fact that Little did you know, I worked for Disney at one point. So I do miss it. If anybody from this park, any management recognize me watching this video, hi to them. I miss working with them. And if I see them around here, I would definitely say hi to them. So anyway, guys, with that being said, I'm going to close this video out and hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, guys, leave them down in the comments. If you want to see more about my Disney experience here, let me know. Leave them down in the comments. Maybe I'll make another video of it and a different type of scenery. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you then.